Hey guys, it's Joey, and this is going to be a video about how I utilise crystals in a few different ways. And this is for Desert Siren's daughter, I believe it's Alue, but for anybody else who's interested as well, but primarily because she asked. So I'm going to show a few different ways on how I utilise crystals and their energies in a couple of basic ways. There are plenty of videos out there of people who are crystal experts. I'm not so much, but I do like to utilise them in my crafting and my altar work and so forth. So the first way I use them is I have crystals in each corner to represent each element with the candles, as you can see. And I need one more for air. I was putting that there thinking about it, but I'm not sure about that one at the minute. So if I just move my little, and here's my little air guardian, and then there are currently, there were three. There were three. Howlite, blue calcite and citrine. And these are to embody and honour the element of air. So often you can find guides online or in books and things, but it can often be better, just moving my wand, to go with the ones that you feel are right for this, to give their energies to the element of air. So my altar has each of the points of the 5 elements, earth, air, fire, spirit, marked, if you like, and I try to utilise the the energies of all elements in all my ritual work, spell work, etc. So this is a really simplistic but I think effective and beautiful way to honour each element, which is important. You don't want to offend any element by having crystals in each corner. And for spirit, I actually have these are called dragon's eggs. Now I have a clear quartz, a rose quartz and an amethyst. Amethyst is the stone that I resonate with above all others. Anybody who's watched any of my videos and when I bought crystals will know every single time I buy crystals I'll come home with one amethyst. I just love them. I love them. So this one, there's 3 as in Maiden Mother Crone and as in the Power of 3 and all that. So this one is amethyst because that's how I resonate with spirit. Clear quartz to me is a good indicator of spirit, that white, the divinity, etc. And then rose over there is for the love of the goddess, etc. So if I pick up and throw the little star over. No, you don't want to stand up. Come on, it's not that bad. I'm not that bad. Right. This is a dragon's egg, and you can see this side is sort of frosted, and this side you can see in. And I think that's a good representation of spirit for me. It's the mystery, and then you can start looking into it, and as you look into it, all the reflections and refractions and the diversity of spirit, and that to me just connects me with spirit. I also have my little power cauldron here, which is full of clear quartz. Things are just flying off today, apparently. I don't know where that went. I will have to find that in a minute. That is one of the clear quartz chips just went for a walk. Okay. And then I have a big chunk of rose quartz, a sunstone and an ametrine dragon's egg on the god side, a big chunk of rose quartz, a moonstone and a big chunk of amethyst on dragon's egg on the goddess side. So that's the first way in which I utilise it, and you can see the circles. I have a circle of amethyst, a circle of tiger's eye, and then another circle of amethyst, and the this beautiful little amethyst obelisk. It feels so beautiful. That's right there with the photo of the goddess, so representing them. But the 3 circles is a circle within a circle within a circle, and then I have the toadstools too. I mean, circles are so symbolic within paganism, within witchcraft, etc. You cast a circle, circle of life, circle of the wheel of the year, cyclic natures. So that to me is just symbolic of how I see my relationship with deity. I like how it looks. So, down here is my specific altar. See if I can see that little piece of quartz while we're down here. I don't think I can. Oh, there it is. There it is. Found it. Right, you look down on the Morgans. Well, not look down. Right. Wait. So, she says, moving over. Right. So this is my Morrigan altar or shrine, or however you want to see it. And there's a few more ideas of how I use crystals. So you can see again the cyclic nature, or cyclic nature, which is present on the Morrigan's altar around the middle. And you can see I've got amethyst again because that is my connection with the divine, with spirit. But the darker stones are because of they're more sacred to Morrigan, as is hematite, this silver here. And the dark ones are obsidian and onyx. You can see these candles that I have actually have little chipped ones in. And over here I have an amethyst spear point and smoky quartz cluster, and just because I felt their connection to the Morrigan more than anything, it just felt right. Over here I have an Orthiosiris, which is a fossil rather than a crystal, but you'll find them in crystal shops, and it was, look at that, look at it, spearhead, and it's amazing, and I do meditation work with it with the Morrigan. And then over here, this is one of my candles that I have made, and I made this Samhain, and Samhain is time for the Morrigan specifically, and you can see I've utilised crystals within the candle making to add their energies to the energy of that candle, which honours her. Just, I don't need to burn it because of how I make them. What else have I got on here that's crystal related? I'll just move that candle out of the way. Now this is my bowl that my best friend sent me for Yule, and within it I have 2 crystals to honour the Morrigan. So, the first one is an obsidian orb. It's just beyond words. It's just so beautiful. And then this one is the balance, is a moonstone. And it's spear shaped again, but it's the gentle, beautiful moonstone with these beautiful ridges built into it. It's just amazing. Now, I think if you actually look at this from above, you can almost, well, I can, but you should almost be able to see the idea of the goddess within the shape that the shell and those make up. So it's great, and on purpose. There we go. And then at the front I have a little rhodonite pillar. It just screams Morrigan to me. It screams relationship with deity. Now if you're watching this video and being like, how on earth do I know? First and foremost, it depends on whether or not you have a matron goddess or not. If you don't worry. Just go with what you love, what you're connected to, what you're drawn to, what pulls you in, what screams, take me home, take me home, take me home, which is amethyst every single time if you ask me. So, you know, if you have a different goddess, there'll be different colours, different stones, and people will offer their advice, but it's really more up to you. So now down here is another example of how I utilise crystals. This is all tiger's eye within a cauldron, and the idea is it looks like burning embers with the little broom. This is because one of the aspects of Morrigan is a patron of witches. And then this is a Himalayan rock salt crystal candle holder in which I have offerings, one of which is a mahogany obsidian. All of these crystals, by the way, get cleansed salt and water on the full moon, in the light of the moon. Another way in which I can utilise crystals with my relationship with deity is jewellery. This is a carnelian for protection that was sent to me by a very dear friend whose online name is Beantagy, and I've put the triquetra on there as well. Voila. That wasn't part and parcel, that was on a chain, and this came separate. So I will wear this in ritual work for protection, harness its energies on my body to protect me when doing spell work, and I wear it in honour of the Morrigan as well. So that stays charging on her altar, so it's imbuing with her energies in her sacred space, if that makes sense. And one of the final ways over here, I will show you my crystal grid before I finish, but over here is my pendulum. This is an obsidian. And you can do pendulum work with crystals. You don't have to use crystals. A lot of the pendulums actually are crystal. So pendulum work is the earliest memory I have of doing something pagan-y without being told or having read. I just knew what to do innately, and I drew a circle on a piece of paper and cut that into sections and then wrote answers on each section, and I used a silver necklace, and I wasn't very old. I can't remember, 7 maybe, and I just knew how to do that innately. I just knew how to do it. Back then, when you sort of trust yourself more and haven't learnt to doubt yourself yet, maybe. But since then I hadn't had a pendulum for a long time. A lot of my things went missing in the purge of leaving my mother's house years and years and years ago. So this is the first one that I saw, and I knew and I know that it was important for me to have it. Obsidian is obviously a protective stone. It's one of the Morrigan stones. You can see it's shining. It's amazing for chakra work and divination work because it's got that protective energy as well. So that's that. I'm just touching on little areas, okay? So if any of it doesn't make enough sense, or you'd like some more information on a specific area, anybody, just leave me a comment and I will move over. So let's move over. Oh, what a mess. Right, so this is a crystal grid. My crystal grid specifically. Oh, I've just thought of something else I can show as well. Oh, I might not. I have crystals in the window as a protective formation. I'm not going to show that. That's how I don't think I should. Right, so this is a crystal grid. This is a crystal wand. Crystal wands. I should have shown my other wand. That has crystals in it. But this is a wand that is purely crystal. This is a rose quartz with a loving energy, rounded at the bottom. Absolutely, I mean, it's cold, ice cold to the touch. It's so mystical, and it's nearly a month since I cleansed it, because I cleanse them on and charge them with the full moon. I do cleanse the crystal grids more often if I feel they need it, and then reset them up. But what I utilise this for is the connecting of the energies through the crystal grid. And because I was a bit unsure about how else to utilise crystals, and I came across the idea of crystal grids. So this is my crystal grid, and this is for protection, and I have to take it apart after showing it and reset it up and stuff. So what happens is you have a crystal in the middle, which a big chunky crystal that energizes the entire grid around it, and I have citrine because citrine is one of those crystals that self-renews its energy. You could have a great big quartz or rose quartz or something like that, or amethyst maybe, but citrine I think is the best for this because it renews its own energy and renews the energy of those crystals around it. And then in a 4 pattern I have here, this way, we have tiger's eye. These two are darker blue tiger's eye, and these two are sort of more on the golden side but edging towards the darker side because they have a protective, courageous, fearsome tiger energy. For hematite, they have a grounding energy. They ground away any negativity, get rid of it. So you can see that's in a 4 like that. And then as we whoop out again, we have 6 citrine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 2 up here are slightly darker ones, and then these are the paler citrine. They're all citrines, and I've already told you about citrine, so having them there keeps the energy flowing around the thing. And then I have obsidian, dark obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. All in the lines. Oop, and zoom out a bit more. We have the mahogany obsidian, which has the same properties as obsidian, but it's a bit more of a well, you can use them in sexy magic, but that's not what these are for. They have that. These are a stone that I really feel strongly connect me to the Morrigan. That warrior yet sexy yet motherly yet powerful yet energies. So that's why they're in there. And then obviously amethyst is around the edge for my connection with spirit. So you don't need this many crystals, okay? You could have 4 like that, 4 like that, and then the ones around the edge. So if I can just do it, ignore the mahogany a minute, you could have just this. You could even have just the, ooh, well, you can't have it now. Now I'm definitely going to have to redo it. Whoops! Like butterfingers. Ugh, dear. Right, so you could just have these here. And how I do them is, I've got this in my wrong hand at the minute because I'm holding it with the thing, but you project a thing and you project your energy down and you connect the energies up like this to the 4, and then you go around the 4. I can feel my power working through my other hand. This is a bit odd. It's a weird experience. And then back to the thing. So you basically link all the energy of the crystals back to this, and it creates a grid, and then boom, like so. So I'm going to leave it there, and that's just a few different ways in which I utilise crystals. So I thought I would just show that. If there's any questions on anything specifically, then just leave me a message or anything like that. And I hope that was helpful. So I will leave it there for today, I think. Many blessings.